guys, you guys are welcome to Micaso Milan. Here from Maropeng, South Africa, the world. This is the Cradle of Mankind, as you can see, where the Humankind species begins from. We are going to go inside, as you can see the building all over that from afar. We are going to go inside the building and know what is inside there. Benjamin, how is it? Man, this place is hidden. I lost since I've been driving around. I went down as if I don't know where I am.
Come from the airport?
No, I'm coming from Joburg, you know. I've lost more than 3 hours since, you know.
Oh, you're sorry, man.
Is this one the Cradle of Humankind? Yes. Maropeng and something.
We have to rise.
Hey,
I was around to follow the sun. Please wear your mask when you're now.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Hi guys are welcome to Micaso Milan. Today decided to make a trip to get to the Cradle of Humankind, you know. Man, geez, man, it's frustrating. It's supposed to be a 30 minutes or 45 minutes drive, you know. I spent almost like 2 hours or 3 hours trying to locate this place. The GPS was just taking me to different kind of location, you know. We just have to use our natural instinct as a GPS to look for the place. Thank goodness we are here already. So follow me as we get into this tube and see where humanity started from. Thank you. Yeah, welcome on board. Right here, let's get into the ticket room and find the direction. Decide to go from here. I'll see you soon. Thank you guys. Okay, there's a vehicle coming to pick us from here. When we sit here, what is the next direction from here? Yes, thank you very much. Alright, just get our tickets. We are waiting for the tour guide to come and fetch us while we are waiting.
These three people down here, the marketplace, people, they get confused when you talk about the Cradle of Humankind. I see a lot of you took more than 3 hours to even reach here. You've been going up and about, being lost. Sometimes you get after 3 hours, the tour has left you. Because a lot of people, they just go to their Google map, they just punch in the Cradle of Humankind and voila. A lot of policies mushroom on your screen, you don't even know where is the Cradle of Humankind. when we talk about the cradle of humankind. Talk about an area that covers a land of 57,000 hectares. That's how huge it is. 57,000 hectares of land. And within these 1,000 hectares of land are 300 caves. These 300 caves gave birth to 15 major fossil sites. Most active, most productive sites. 15 of them. That's where we discover or explore these hominids. So the Cradle of Humankind was declared a World Heritage Site in 1999 in Morocco, mainly because of the area's exceptionally huge and scientifically significant group of fossil sites that have shed light to the earliest ancestors of humankind. The fossil sites also tells a story about the changing environment in which the early hominid lived. And with the stone tools and other more recent archaeological materials, they have provided evidence of technological and cultural development. And lastly, the fossils that have been discovered throughout these 57,000 hectares of land, they have shared evidence that indeed, without no doubt, the cradle of humankind is the birthplace of humanity. Even recently, if you have checked throughout the internet, there has been a recent discovery. The child of darkness, Letty. That's our new child on the block. Discovered the skull. They found the skull on top of the cave in rubble. How did the skull end up being on top of the cave? 1800, there used to be Italian linemaners who came through this area in an exploration expedition. They were looking for gold, but unfortunately, to their contrary, they discovered limestone. But the limestone, they used it to purify gold, produce cement, make toothpaste, and the chalks. So now, as they wanted to penetrate the cave, unfortunately, the cave entrance was very narrow. They had to blast the opening so that they widened the place. They did so. Throughout the blasting, they had to remove the rubble to the surface. During the process of removing the rubble to the surface, one gentleman, as a quarry workman, discovered this, handed it over to Dr. Robert Groom. But also Dr. Robert Groom met his challenges. He needed to establish whether the skull belongs to a female or a male. But unfortunately, this was the only thing that was left. Other bones were destroyed by the blasting. If you ever stayed close to where there is a mine or an open cast mine, you could tell by the sound or the enormous vibrations the sound of blasting makes. Everything vibrates. So every bones were damaged. But because scientists are always clever people, as they say, he used a very simple format of studying the bones, or the skull rather. The surgical crest that normally grows in males on top of the skull. Normally only males develop the surgical crest. He didn't find any. Perhaps maybe it was less projecting. Using the eye socket, the brain case, the eyebrow ridges, as well as the endocrest. So then he concluded that the skull actually belongs to a female, hence Mrs. Ples. And mind you, he was single by then. Then he decided to make a challenge pronouncing this name, Ples. You might say, no, it's a simple way. I mean, it's Ples. It's a long scientific name. In full, pay attention. It's Plesianthropus transvalensis. Yeah. So exactly that. Exactly that. Plesianthropus transvalensis is a full name. So you could imagine each and every time you write an article, Plesianthropus transvalensis played a lot of errors, costly for the media. Then they unanimously agree that no, we can't deal with this thing. It's Mrs. Ples. Simple as that. The life goes on. Very simple. But after Dr. Robert Groom said the skull belongs to a female, when he passed on, another gentleman by the name of Francis Thackeray, as a paleoanthropologist, took over. You know how scientists they are. He said, no, I dispute. This is not one of the species that was never found complete. This is what we've been looking for. All right. This, ladies and gentlemen, there is a fun story about this thing. If you ever heard of the Khoisan and the Hotentos, I don't know how many of you have ever heard of them. This is one type of an animal that had a very, very interesting story. If you want to be regarded, the building, we call it a Tumulus building, meaning an ancient burial mound. If you have seen, it's in a shape of a pyramid. Normally the Egyptians, they buried their queens and their king in a pyramid. So this is the exact structure of a pyramid. So anything that you are going to experience, the museum, the vortex tunnel, the boat, they are buried underground. There's nothing here. So anything you're going to access, you still have to go deep into the ground to meet some of our ancestors. So the word Maropeng in white, as you see there, comes from Setswana, the most dominating language throughout this area. Also one of the official language in South Africa. So in English, it translates to say, welcome back to the birthplace of humanity. So in essence, I am now officially welcoming you guys. Welcome home to meet some of your ancestors.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I am going to grace you time, guys, with 5 minutes.
Let's go.
Grace you in 5 minutes time. Browse around the fire, take pictures. You will meet me by the Silver Gate, and we will begin our voyage of discovery. Basic rules, take time. Even as I talking to you guys now, after the tour, when we get to the marketplace and ask where it is, as I feel, after I'm ready to return, it has collapsed. I don't know what's wrong with me. That's because of, I don't know when I'm going to die. When we go through the boat ride, a lot of people get information that makes them to be scared. For claustrophobic sake, there's nothing staying on the boat ride. Nothing will come out of the water because people, they tell others that when you are on the boat ride, things are coming out. There is nothing that comes out. It's all a lie. It's a boat ride that is fun. But you go through stages. Ice Age, if you have ever watched the movie of Ice Age, that's what you're going through. Showing you guys that if you existed with the earliest ancestors of humankind, that's what you experience. There's nothing that comes and bites people. No dragon, no zombies, nothing. People are lying. But I won't tell you what you expect there, because if I tell you that what you experience anymore, you already know what to expect. So as we slide ourselves through, read the time slide. Let's go. Okay guys, as some of you will be approaching this side, you will check here. There is a huge gap between the 7 million and 30 million years ago. This 7 million years old is the oldest hominin ever discovered from the local Goran language. This gap here, we call it a missing link. This is the hominin that scientists are trying to find out where the human beings, the Homo sapiens, have evolved. That says the Homo sapiens have evolved from the monkey. That is not the truth. Because if we evolved from monkeys or chimpanzees, why are they existing even today? They should have probably evolved into something else. But we share a common ancestors. If you look carefully, they use binocular vision. They give birth to one child and allow a time for grooming. How they nest their child is the same as we do. We share a common ancestor. We did not evolve from them. So you can go and argue out and say, no. I never evolved from any of this, but we share a common ancestor. The missing link is what they're trying to find. Whenever there's a discovery throughout the world, they're looking for the missing link. So whichever country that makes this as a find, that will be the biggest discoveries of all time. And the game has ended. No more discoveries, because they have found the missing link, where we all, the Homo sapiens, evolved from. Ladies and gentlemen, I will recommend that after or post the tour when you get home, go and download or rent a movie called Ice Age, so that you can see that what you see in that movie, that's what you're going to experience as you hear the water beside. What you're going to experience inside, that's what is happening at that movie. 180 million years ago, this is when the earth was divided, forming into Pangea, Gondwana, and everything. So after the boat ride, we are going to the vortex tunnel. You are going to feel like you are upside down, but in actual reality, you are standing upright. It makes you feel these and many other experiences, giving you that if you existed back then with the hominins, you were going to feel like that. Being upside down, but you are standing upright.
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we are still on it. We are inside the cradle of Humankind already. Our instructor is narrating. Pardon us, there is no light inside. Everywhere is dark. I tried to use the light of my camera 2 billion years ago. You can see. This is Earth. You are welcome. Yes, we are inside already. This is the cradle of mankind. As you can see, keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. Let me video me. We are inside cradle of humanity. Daylight started. We are going to meet our ancestors, the ancestor of Africa. Yeah, watch your head, baby. Turn your head a bit. Ancestor of Africa. Amen.
Amen.
This is the Cradle of Africa, Cradle of humanity. Like, share, subscribe. We are inside already. Yes. Ancestor, here we come. Here we come. Wow. Wow.
Please
Yes.
video, babe.
Just do the video, I'll video you, just the video. Of mankind. This is fun.
I'm scared.
Baby, don't be scared. Stop talking and just video it. Now we come, please activate door for us. Yes. Thank you very much. You see, we just arrived. Keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. Micaso Milan. Yes. We are voted. If you want something, go for. So, let's explain something. I don't know how to explain it, you know. Anywhere you stay in the world, you come to South Africa, you visit South Africa, you need to visit the Cradle of Humankind here in Maropeng. Come and see something, come and visit home, visit your ancestors, regard them. Follow me, want to watch.
At first, superheating gases were able to escape into outer space, but as the Earth cooled, they were held by gravity to form the early atmosphere. Clouds began to develop as water vapor collected in the air, and then it began to pour rain, causing the early oceans to rise up. It took hundreds of millions of years for the first land masses to emerge. Long after the Earth was born, all the continents of the time had joined together to form a supercontinent called Pangea. This supercontinent broke up about 200.
It's now 215 million years ago, or about 11.
In the process. Dolomitic limestone, a sedimentary rock, was formed over millions of years through chemical reactions generated by these early organisms. With movements within the Earth's crust, the sedimentary dolomitic limestone eventually became exposed on dry land.
This is the cradle of humankind. These are the planets. You can see our planet Earth, how it rotates on the box. And how can scientists there? All the bodies. answers there for us to do, you know.
Preserving the footprints of animals who walked over it. Because this volcano erupted several times in the way, as well as the recent renovations, we know the significant environmental change. Now, just for example, a fungus grows on that bed, releasing tiny, poisonous spores when it's unsettled. You can breathe those spores in. So be careful not to touch or disturb anything when you move around.
Yeah, alright guys. We're out from the Cradle of Mankind. We've gone to see our ancestors. We visited them. We see the innuendos inside this tube. Thank you very much for staying with us. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in another video. Micaso Milan. Don't touch that die.